got breaking news, folks. General Manager Mitch Kupchak, nice guy. I think that Luol Deng contract, 4 years, $72 million, killed him. He's been fired. Mitch Kupchak, Lakers, been fired. Jim Buss will no longer be the executive vice president of basketball operations. Magic Johnson has been named president of basketball operations in a front office restructuring. Mitch Kupchak's a guy through the years I've liked a lot. He is pretty stoic, a little bit wooden. He's not a guy that's going to be a big sell guy to free agents. I think he's a very smart guy, a very diligent guy, a very decent man. I think he did a good job through the years to find talent. They just found a kid in the second round, 19-year-old center, who's got soft hands, who I really like, Jordan Clarkson. I like Mitch Kupchak. I think the Luol Deng contract is really bad. And I think in the end, they've got nothing for him. It just has not worked. He doesn't fit. He's old. It looks desperate. But again, the Lakers, when you say rebuild in the NBA, that's like 7 years to 8 years of irrelevance. Phoenix is doing that. Philadelphia is doing that. The Lakers are doing that. It is Boston's well run, and you know they got a ways to go. Mike Bresnahan, longtime Laker reporter. He is now a Laker analyst for Spectrum Sports. All right, Mike, are you surprised at all it happened now?
You know, that would be the only mild surprise. You know, once Magic came on board a couple weeks ago, it seemed to be a question of when, not if. I thought they'd wait till maybe after the season. Lakers' final game is April 12th. Obviously, they're not looking to be in the playoffs, so they'd be done about 7 weeks from now. And I'm slightly surprised it happened now, but you know, why let it linger? If Magic already knew what he wanted to do in conjunction with Jeannie, then I guess they pulled the trigger today.
Okay, Adrian Wojnarowski, also known as Woj, says that the DeMarcus Cousins deal to New Orleans, the Lakers were the other team in it. And according to him, they were willing, the Lakers, to move everybody except Brandon Ingram, which leads me to believe, okay, they were willing to trade everybody else. Could I make the argument that after all these moves, they only love one of their players, Brandon Ingram, and they're further away than they thought they should be at this point?
You know, Brandon is the one kid where there's a ton of potential still attached to him. All right, you've got Julius Randle. We've kind of seen his ceiling, I think, an undersized power forward who's a hustle guy, a work guy. He'll get you a bunch of rebounds, but he can't shoot threes. He doesn't have much touch from the outside. Then you also look at a kid like D'Angelo Russell, who's been really hot and cold the entire season. And so, you know, I can see why the Lakers are like, well, you can have those two guys, but Ingram, he's kind of the great unknown right now. He's also been hot and cold, no doubt, in his rookie year. But, yeah, the young guys, not exactly leading the team to the playoff run right now.
Why would I not be concerned? Magic is a businessman. Does he have international scouting chops? Is he going to put in the time in the film room? Magic's a big name and certainly adds a gravitas to free agents, Mike. But what do we know about Magic, the front office guy? What are the Lakers going to do beyond him? He can't do it all. He's got so many he's part of owner of the Dodgers.
He's a busy man, isn't he, Colin? I'll tell you what. I sat down with him for lunch about 6 or 7 years ago, and I did it was a couple lunches actually, and I co-wrote a story for the LA Times. It was not in the sports section. It was in the business section of the LA Times. And it was all about Magic's real estate holdings and all his various business ventures, which at the time included the Starbucks and all the movie theaters and so on and so forth and restaurants. And I realized he has a bunch of people around him who do a ton of work for him, who he trusts. And I think he will do the same thing with the Lakers. He'll be the heavy hand when necessary, which apparently took place today. I'm sure Magic was the one to deliver the news to Mitch and Jim. And I think he'll do the same thing with the Lakers, hire people below him that are going to do a lot of the work for him that he trusts. He wants to be kind of like Dr. Jerry Buss used to be, he was great at delegating authority to the people below him. He did not interfere. He did not do the day-to-day stuff. And they would call him and say, no, Dr. Buss, we want to trade for this guy. What do you think? And I think Magic will have that same role with the Lakers going forward.
Mike Bresnahan, Spectrum Sports Laker analyst. And finally, when you run a franchise, you create a culture. And so the Lakers right now are in the rebuilding, one of the youngest rosters in the league. Do you think they kind of blow it up? Is your gut feeling they're like, okay, we're not even a playoff team. We're not even close to it. Do you believe that Magic may just go in another direction entirely and just start trading a lot of these pieces?
I think Lou Williams makes sense. If he moves before Thursday's trade deadline, he's got a very palatable contract, and he's only got 1 more year left on it. Same for Nick Young. He's got 1 more year left. It's a player option. But you can't really move some of the bigger contracts. After this season, Colin, they still have 3 years and $102 million worth of Timofey Mozgov and Luol Deng. So I don't think you can move those guys right now. So I think it's going to have to be a bit more of a patient rebuild, and hopefully stock through the draft if you're the Lakers. Maybe they hold on to that top 3 pick. There's some really good players out there. It's a very top-heavy draft as well. And I just think they're going to have to be patient. I don't see any immediate fixes with so few expiring contracts.
Mike Bresnahan, Spectrum Sports, Laker analyst. Good talking to you, Mike. Thank you.
Anytime, Colin.
All right, there you go. Breaking news. Magic's in. Everybody else is gonzo. So Jeannie Buss, who runs the operations, that part of the Lakers is good. They still sell a lot of stuff, and they still sell a lot of tickets. So Jeannie runs the operations. Magic has now officially been named president of the basketball operations. That gets out Jim Buss, who I don't think anybody loses any sleep over that, and Mitch Kupchak, who has a very good eye for basketball talent. It's really interesting that, you hear this thing. The NFL allows teams to rebuild. You can literally change 30% of your roster. You can rebuild in the NFL and be a playoff team quickly. Quickly. San Francisco 49ers bad, Harbaugh's in playoffs. Year later, NFC Championship. Year later, Super Bowl. You can't do that in basketball. You can do it in college basketball. The NBA is a really tough league on its fans. We are in a 2-team league right now. We are in a 2-team league. Regional network ratings are down. Cavaliers ratings are down 28%. Dallas's are in the tank. Nobody's watching New Orleans. Lakers and the Clippers ratings, television, not great. Phoenix Suns, great NBA market. Nobody's watching that. It is a 2-team league, and this league makes it very difficult. The Lakers are a prime example. They are jammed. The NBA doesn't allow you to trade without great obstacles and a lot of difficulty. And so the Lakers are stuck. Here is an all-time franchise. That would never happen in baseball. It would never happen in hockey. It would never happen in the NFL. It would never happen in college football. It would never happen in college basketball. The Lakers are stuck. They are in the mud. They got 2 contracts, Mozgov, Deng, they can't get out of. That Luol Deng contract, to me, $72 million 4 years, is the killer for Mitch Kupchak. I like him. That's a bad contract. I can live with Mozgov. I can get 18 minutes a night out of the big guy. Deng's a dead contract. There's nothing there. Oh, he provides leadership. From the bench, he can't play. Nice guy, though. But, you can't pay $72 million for Luol Deng.